Good morning, vinyl community. It's Phil here from Destination Vinyl. First, I want to thank you for tuning into my channel. Welcome. And I want to thank you for giving me a little bit of time out of your busy day. Not everybody wants to tune in and watch me ramble for a little bit. This video is going to be, it's a little bit late. I said I would do this earlier, but this is Vinyl Tag 2022. It's been so long I forgot who started it, but I've seen a few people do it, and I found it an interesting subject. So what I've got to do here is show 22 albums, and there are various categories, obviously. So let's get into this. I don't want to be here all day, and you don't want to listen to me all day. So the first question in this was, show your favorite album from 2021. I took that as meaning my favorite album that came out in 2021, not one I just acquired in 21. So I picked, and I'm in Canada. I'm in the Fraser Valley outside of Vancouver. So I am going to pick some Canadian bands that maybe you viewers in other countries may not recognize, but I'm going to go with the local flavor as much as I can. My favorite album of 21 was by Canadian legends, The Tragically Hip. This is called Saskadelphia. This was posthumously after Gord Downey, the lead singer, passed away a couple of years ago. These are all outtakes from another album they released called Road Apples. This is an EP, and it's on sort of gray vinyl, if you can see that. Pretty cool looking, plain label, but it's just an EP. But all of these songs on here really could have made the other album. They could have made a double album out of it. These songs are so good. These are not filler songs that just got left out because they were filler. These are great songs. So if you don't know The Tragically Hip, check them out. They're really good. They were, like I said, Canadian legends. The singer tragically passed away from brain cancer. Very sad. So I'm going to put that down there. Behind me you can see my shelf. I finally got my shelf up recently, and I got all my albums out of boxes. And you can see that. So they're all finally up and going. There's my two of my speakers anyway. I got two Audiosphere 200-watt speakers. I've upgraded the tweeters with Fostech, so they're a much clearer sound. And I got a couple of Pioneer CSM 755s on top of them for as a backup. But I play all four at once. It's a beautiful sound. And then the boxes up here you can see are my 45s. I haven't got boxes properly for those yet, but I will one day. Okay, back to the vinyl tag. Sorry about that. Question number 2. Album by first band you saw live. I was 15. No, I might have been 16 at the time. I can't remember. Yeah, I would have been 15. It was late 1978. And again, local band from Vancouver, Trooper. Did a show at the Garden, which is a little building at the PNE, the exhibition grounds. Held about 1,400 people, I think, something like that. I found the ticket stub the other day, and I can't find it again. I put it down somewhere. It was like $8. Oh, for those prices again. But this is local band, Canadian legends, Trooper, Thick as Thieves. And this had the song that everybody who's ever been to a hockey arena anywhere in North America knows, called Raise a Little Hell. But Round Round We Go was also a hit, and The Moment That It Takes is a good song as well. And nothing exciting about the label, it's just on the plain brown MCA label. There's the back cover. But I love these guys. They put out sort of okay albums. The albums were okay, but to really appreciate this band, you had to see them live. Live, they just really just grabbed you. They were dubbed the best performing Canadian band by one of the photographers years ago, D. Lippingwell, who's also from the area. Number 3, album by a duo. I couldn't think of many when it came to it, so I just picked Simon and Garfunkel, pretty basic, greatest hits. That's all I have of theirs. Back cover, pretty iconic album. I think just about everybody probably has this in their collection. Excuse me. Number 4, an album still in shrink. I have played it, but I just haven't taken the shrink off. And that's Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way? I really wanted just that one song, but I couldn't find it on a 45 or on an EP or anything, so I had to buy the album. And actually, this isn't a bad album at all. I didn't think I was going to like the rest of this, but yeah, I kind of like that album. That wasn't bad. Number 5, a concept album. This is Styx The Mission, and this is a great album. Styx sort of faded a little bit there in the mid-2000s, but they've come back the last 2-3 years with a couple of great albums. There's the gatefold picture, Martian Desert, I think it's supposed to be. And that cover, the rocket taken off, and this songs are all about a mission to another planet, mission to Mars. And really cool sleeve. All sorts of pictures of the band in the studio. And it's also got a little booklet about the concept of the album, all the lyrics to the songs inside. Yeah, if you like Styx and you haven't heard this one, I highly recommend it. This is great. And the album they did last year, the Crash of the Crown, that's a really good album too. My wife and I listened to that the other day, and she says, "Wow, I can't believe Styx is back. That's really cool." Number 6, an album not played yet. I just picked this one up a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't had time. And this is it's a country artist, but it's not a country album. And I saw this being reviewed a couple of times on YouTube by other members, and I YouTubed and I watched a couple of videos and listened to a couple of songs, and I kind of liked it. And it's got a really cool cover. And this is Sturgion Simpson. I don't know if you can see with the glare. This is Sturgion Simpson, Sound and Fury. And this is really a cool album. And I love the cover. It's got the picture of a CUDA on it with a radio dial as part of the grill. There's the back. Really nice packaging. I still haven't opened this. It's still in shrink. I haven't even opened it to look at the record. But I got that at my local Red Rum. They ordered it in for me. My pile's falling over here. Number 7. Artist discovered in 2021. I was in my local favorite haunt, Crazy Bob's Music Emporium. He's a buddy of mine, and he owns a record store. And I saw this album by this band here, and I said, "Bob, I don't understand. I never heard of this band, but are they any good?" I looked at some of the song titles, and I thought they were a Christian rock band, which I really don't care for, just my taste. But he says, "No, any of their albums you can get them, because these guys are killer. They're a prog rock band from England, and that is Magnum. And this is On a Storyteller's Night." Really cool cover. All sorts of elves and dwarves and things sitting around a table in front of a fireplace. Sorry about the glare. It's really terrible lighting in this room. And the back cover. And this is on just a plain red label, nothing fancy to show there. So that is Magnum, On a Storyteller's Night, and yeah, if I could find more albums of theirs, I'd be really happy. This is a really cool find. I'm really happy to get that. Number 8, a live album, and again I went with a local band. This band was big in the 70s. They had a couple of hits, Spaceship Superstar and Take Me to the Captain, and then they put out 3 or 4 other albums. They were really big in Canada. I know they sort of crossed the border a little bit. I don't know how far down south they made a hit, but this is a live album. Prism Live. It's recorded in Detroit, 1978. This is just after the release of their second album, and this is on Areola label, local label. And this is a DJ promo copy, which I got when I worked in a radio station when I was a kid. For one summer, I worked the glorious evening shift from like midnight to 4 a.m. I think it was. And that was an older person station. Played a lot of Sinatra and a lot of old classic stuff like that, big band stuff. So when this came in, it wasn't really welcome in the collection to play. So if stuff like this came in and people on the staff wanted it, take it home. It's yours. And this is really cool. The Superstars Radio Network. And like I said, this is our promo copy, special limited edition for DJs. So I'm really happy to have that. They were a really cool band. And same thing, the lead singer tragically died after a bicycle accident and was misdiagnosed and just passed away, and they changed singers and the band wasn't the same after. They still tour occasionally, but there's only one original member and they really don't have the same vibe they used to. Number nine. Album from a different continent. I have tons of those, but I picked one from one of my favorite bands, and this is Status Quo. Some people say Status Quo. I just grew up listening to Status Quo. This is In the Army Now, and this is from 1986. This is a UK copy. A lot of their earlier albums were released in Canada, but they really never made it big over here. They've never toured over here to my knowledge. There's a, if you look at my home page on my channel, you'll see the guys in the background with the jeans on. That's these guys. That's the inner sleeve, pictures of the band, and the same picture on the album cover as on the label. I really hate the glare in this room. I apologize for that. But they are a really, really cool band. I fell in love with them. They're basic 3-chord boogie rock. Not very creative, not very inventive, but man, it's fun to listen to and bang your head to. They are really a cool band. I love them. They are been around since like 1966, 67, something like that. They were a psychedelic band before they broke into rock and roll early 70s and never looked back. Number 10, album with a price sticker on it. God, this takes me back. Bay City Rollers Greatest Hits. I used to really like this stuff when I was a kid. I guess we all did this. These guys were big when I was in elementary and high school. This is from a department store. I think it's a sale, $5.99. I picked it up in the dollar bin at one of my local stores once because I really liked the song Yesterday's Hero on it. And yeah, this is kind of cheesy, but they got some decent songs on there. I listen to it every once in a while, just for a goof. Number 11, a punk or new wave album. I'm not into punk at all, and I barely got into new wave. I think the closest I have would be this, The Clash, London Calling. Unless you want to call the Ramones punk or new wave, I'm not sure. I call them rock and roll. But The Clash, London Calling, classic album. And this has the little, the spare extra track on it, Train in Vain, which was the one big single off of it. And I liked that when I was younger. I don't listen to it much anymore. I've sort of gone out of favor with me. I never really got the whole thing. It's really a lot of different styles on it. I just never caught into it all that much. Number 12, a box set. And I was really glad to get this one. I just was Googling him just by chance when I saw that, oh, there's a box set coming out from him, because I didn't see any of his on vinyl. And that's country legend Garth Brooks. And this is the Legacy set with his first, I think 4 albums on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pardon me, 5 albums on it. 4 albums and a triple live, pardon me. And this is just a fantastic set. Even if you don't like country, you'd probably like this guy. He's country rock, country-ish, but yeah, he's really good. I'd love to see him live. Apparently his live shows are legendary. Number 13, album with a sporting theme. Again, I'm going to go back to Canada. This is a band from Ontario. They were a power trio. They put out 3 albums and then just sort of disappeared. They were brothers. They were the Santers brothers, and their group is called Santers, and this is called Racing Time. There's the race car on the front cover. Picture the guys on the back. Yeah, these are a really hard-rocking trio. Pretty cool inner sleeve. Advertising for other acts on their label. And this is on Ready Records. Can't say I've heard of them. I think this is the only band I have with that label. And there's also a lyric sheet tucked in here as well. So that is Canadian power trio Santers. Gee, fancy that. A Canadian power trio with a high-pitched vocalist. Oh, we haven't heard that before, have we? Rush Triumph. 14, a jazz album. I don't own a lot of jazz. I have a couple by this guy, but this is my favorite. And this is Bob James. The Genie, and this is all the music from the soundtrack to the TV series Taxi, if you remember that, with Christopher Lloyd and Judd Hirsch and Danny DeVito. Funny, funny series. And this is all the theme music from it. Just a plain Columbia label, nothing fancy, and there's the back, the inside of the cab, with all the pictures of the cast of the show up on there. Really, really cool music. This is a put on late at night, turn it up, and just sit back, close your eyes, and relax. This is what jazz is about, right? But that is a really cool album. I was really stoked to find that years and years ago. Number 15, a best of album. I was going to do another one, but I changed my mind. This is a recent pickup. I found on Facebook Marketplace locally a guy selling off his collection that he's had for 45, 50 years, and he was tired of it, and he had bought up multiple collections himself, so he had doubles and triples and just thousands of albums. His whole garage was taken up with it, and I didn't know this was on vinyl, but this to me was a grail. And this was Cat Stevens. Footsteps in the Dark is volume 2 of his greatest hits. And yeah, I was stoked to find this, because this has the song in it, If You Want to Sing Out, from Harold and Maude, that quirky movie from the 70s. And that's the only album it's on. It was on Record Store Day on his, he put out an album, or the record company released an album on Record Store Day last year, songs from Harold and Maude. It's basically the same song over and over again. But yeah, I really wanted that. I couldn't get that album. None of my stores had it, or the ones that did were sold out by the time I got there. So to find that's a grail for me. I love that one. Turn the page. Number 16, best album with at least 8 people on the cover. I looked through my collection and I struggled to find one with so many people. The only thing I could come up with is Sgt Pepper. I know there's only 4 live people on there, but look at all those pictures. I'm going to count this as 8 people. And this is a... everyone knows this album. I don't have to show it. This is on marble vinyl. This is on a marble vinyl. You can just see that. And you know, who doesn't have that in their collection, right? I mean, I think just about everybody in the planet who listens to music does. I suppose there are non-Beatles fans. I've never met one, but I suppose there are. Number 17, a soundtrack album. I have so many soundtrack albums, I didn't know which one to pick, but this was first. And this is the soundtrack to Bull Durham. Arguably the funniest baseball movie ever made. Major League is in the discussion, but this is just a fantastic, funny movie. And on the back cover, Kevin Costner and Susan Sarandon there, and a list of tracks. This has fantastic songs on it. John Fogerty, Center Field, Los Lobos, I Got Loaded on here. Joe Cocker, A Woman Loves a Man. The Blast of So Long Baby Goodbye, it was a fantastic song. The one song it did not have on here that I really, really wanted was 60 Minute Man. Who did that? I forget. I have it on another album, but it's just on a Capitol label. And I actually found this in the clearance bin. It's got the hole punched out on it. And yeah, I've been looking for that for years and found it one day. It's fantastic. I'll take it in the clearance bin for $5. Hell yeah. That was another grail. Maybe the most important one here, number 18, VCLT. This is my one and only Record Store Day record that I have. I didn't get it. I wanted it, but none of my stores had it. And this is, again, a Canadian band. And this is from my good friend Bernard Jean at his channel is Hitch a Ride. Check him out if you don't know him. Fantastic guy. Just won the Robert Z's VCLT lottery. He's got videos up almost daily with all the loot that he's got coming in. Just a fantastic concert, fantastic guy. It was down to him and me at the wire, and he won, and I'm glad. Bernard, I'm really glad you won. You deserve it. It's really fun watching your videos and all the stuff you're getting. But anyway, Bernard sent me this off the Record Store Day. He found it in one of his local stores. Canadian band Stampeders, Greatest Hits. And this is a double album. So 2 inner sleeves, gold and silver. Excuse me. And I do believe, yes, that's right, it is colored vinyl. That's sort of, it's hard to tell again in the bad light, but that's sort of a gold, almost opaque. And this one is silver. Yeah, another silver sort of marbled one. It's hard to see in this light, but it's got really nice swirl pattern to them. Beautiful album, beautiful vinyl, beautiful collection. I really enjoyed these guys. For those of you who don't know them, they had lots of hits in Canada. I don't know, they made a few in the States. I think they made slight inroads. These guys are from the late 60s, early 70s. And I guess their biggest hit was either Monday Morning Choo Choo or, what's the other one? Hit the Road Jack. They do a great version of that with Wolfman Jack in it. And Monday Morning Choo Choo, that was the one I was trying to think of. That was a big hit. Number 19, album with no writing on the jacket. Well, there's tons of those out there. I have lots of them. I could have shown any Pink Floyd album, but this is sort of self-serving, but I'm going to show Led Zeppelin, Into the Outdoor, their last studio album. I don't count Coda as a studio album. It was, but it's just a collection of songs from earlier outtakes. This is their last studio album where they're all in the studio together recording. And I do have all 6 copies. It came out in 6 copies in the brown paper bags. And the reason I say this is a self-serving album to pick is because I'm going to put out a plea here, a request. I have all 6 copies. They're all 6 in great shape. But you notice this one does not have the brown bag. All I need is one brown bag. If anybody out there has an album that's thrashed and you got a brown bag, please let me know. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the shipping. I don't care. I just want to finish the set. And this has the inner sleeve that if you added water to it, changed color. This one has not been touched. Luckily, I don't like the ones that have been had water and changed. I want them original. I do have one in my collection that has someone applied the water to. So I'd look for another copy of that if I could find it. But these are getting hard to find all of a sudden. I don't know what it is, but everyone seems to be collecting those recently. Show a 7-inch single. I couldn't find the one I wanted to show, but I'm going to show an old one anyway. This is a old one from 60s, and this is Steve Winwood singing with the Spencer Davis Group, Keep On Running, on the Atco label. And the back is High Time Baby. Not a bad song, but it's a B-side. And we're getting near the end here. Colored vinyl, number 21. One more to go after this. Then I'll shut up, I promise. And colored vinyl, I've already shown a few, but I picked this one up particularly because it's a beautiful one. And this is the Charlie Brown Christmas music with the Vince Guaraldi Trio. That cover, story all about it. And this is on beautiful sort of emerald green vinyl. If you can see that, this is just a beautiful disc. And this has sort of marbled effect to it as well. Hard to tell in this light. But yeah, that gets played to death over Christmas time. I just love all that music. I wish I could find other albums by him, because he must do other music, but all I've ever heard is this. I've never seen another album by him. I actually bought this at a vinyl fair just last October, I want to say. October, I bought this just before Halloween. Guy had it in his stall for $20. It was fantastic. I just jumped at it. And last but not least, number 22, show an album from 1982. And I picked my favorite for this band, and that is, it's dark, it's moody, it's wasn't a huge seller for them, I believe, but it's my favorite, and that is Love Over Gold from Dire Straits. I love this album. This is just fantastic. So moody. Telegraph Road is like 14 minutes long, takes up almost all of the first side. I just eat that song up. I just love it. Yeah, they did have one hit on here, Industrial Disease, but the whole album is just it's not everyone's cup of tea. I've heard a lot of people say, no, I don't like that one. I prefer their other stuff. But yeah, this to me is their masterpiece. I like all the others. I have most of them. But that's that. So that is my 22 albums into the shredder with my list. That's been sitting there a while waiting for me to do that. Again, this has been 25 minutes, me talking non-stop. Thank you for putting up with me if you stuck to the end. I understand that Bernard has received my package I sent him as part of the VCLT lottery. He got it yesterday, the day before, I believe. He messaged me last night saying he's done the video but hasn't put it out yet. It might be out by now. I've been out most of the day. So I'm going to load this one. I'm going to go log on and see if Bernard's video is up. I want to see what he thought of my prizes for him. And again, I want to thank you for tuning in and giving me your time. And we will talk to you again. Take care, everyone. Bye.